Now, please join me in welcoming Wendy Shipley, longtime friend and supporter of the Law Enforcement Torch Run, to talk about our next inductee. Wendy.
Another short one. So back in the 80s, I was blessed to meet Mrs. Shriver at my very first swim meet. And she took me by the hand and said, "Teach our athletes how to do for themselves, because they deserve it." So, a few years later, Mary Beth McMahon, beloved by all, called me and said, "I have a job for you in California. Would you like to come here?" And I came for an interview for Maryland Special Olympics, and here we are today. So now you've heard all about Terry Bartholomew and how he left very big shoes to fill. He handed the torch off within Alameda County Sheriff's Office to our newest Hall of Fame inductee. Oftentimes, there's a person who works silently behind the scenes with the law enforcement torch run within their county and in their agency, and that person quietly makes everyone around them shine brighter. And that dedication to Special Olympics has never gone unnoticed. Diana Maples dedicated herself to Special Olympics for many years, and I'm honored to recognize her here this evening as a Law Enforcement Torch Run Hall of Fame inductee. Diana goes above and beyond the call to support our children and athletes with intellectual disabilities throughout Special Olympics, and she'd do anything to help our athletes shine and succeed. Through her fundraising efforts and the law enforcement torch run campaigns she's been behind, she's formed lifelong bonds with her athletes that exemplifies the priceless benefits of being involved in these programs. Many of our athletes that she's touched and been part of their lives are here tonight to celebrate this honor with her. Diana has served as the Alameda County Sheriff's Office Agency Coordinator, the Alameda County Coordinator, and as a member of our Law Enforcement Executive Committee as well. And she has always reached out to other departments and agencies to give them guidance and support them to move them forward in their successes. You've heard about the annual Badges with Buckets, which we lovingly called Aggressive Panhandling for Change. Castro Valley always rose to the event and brought out all of the change and donations that they could find in order to support this crazy event that Terry started a bazillion years ago. She has done all kinds of things within the community because Alameda County reaches far and wide. And her team, over the years, each year raised over $30,000. Since joining the torch run movement, she spearheaded the Alameda County Sheriff's fundraising events, and during her tenure alone, raised over $800,000. Her commitment to the athletes through these fundraising events and her direct support has really made a huge impact in her local community. And with her retirement from Alameda County Sheriff, it has not stopped her influence because now she is up there working her magic in Idaho, and her son is actually volunteering with the Special Olympics in Idaho as well. So, recognizing her exceptional dedication, in 2011, Diana was selected to represent Special Olympics of Northern California in the 2011 World Games, the final leg in Greece, carrying the flame of hope for 2 weeks throughout towns and cities, creating awareness and promoting inclusion, and it led up to the opening ceremonies in Athens, Greece. She almost melted, but she made it back home to us. As a member of the Law Enforcement Torch Run, Diana has left a lasting impression that extends far beyond the dollars, and it has really changed the hearts and lives of our athletes. I'm honored to recognize her here tonight as a member of our Northern California Law Enforcement Torch Run Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Diana.
Joining us this evening to help present Diana's award is Special Olympics athlete Sarah McNally from Team Castro Valley. Sarah.
Stumped as to how to follow the last few speeches. Excuse me. It is very hard to be up here and talking to you guys. Normally I have not a lack for words. People always ask, why you get involved. And the true reality is I was blessed with two parents that still to this day would give the shirt off their back to the person next to them if they needed it. That's how my brothers and my sister and I were raised. And they taught us what it meant to have a kind and giving spirit. I lucked out, and when I got hired with the sheriff's office, one day a woman by the name of Margaret Shinless came to me and said, how about you help us out and sell some t-shirts for Special Olympics? Now, I'm always up for a challenge, and I wasn't really sure what I was getting myself into. I didn't really know where it was going to lead, but damn, I sold those t-shirts like a mad person. It was the highest sales they had seen in a long time because, man, I told people it wasn't an option. They were buying it. I was blessed with an agency, both Sheriff Plummer and Ahern. When Terry and Margaret retired, and Margaret showed up in my office with 3 big boxes and said, "Congratulations, you are now the torch run coordinator." Initially, it's just nuts, but okay, I'll run with this. And because I had supportive sheriffs, they allowed me to do a lot of it as part of my job, which was a huge blessing. But what I really didn't anticipate was all the friendships and all the heart-wrenching moments that were going to come along with it. I could not have been more blessed with an awesome team. I think throughout my entire time that I've been doing this, Dale Ruiz has been my right-hand man, always showing up to everything I did, and we kept each other motivated. Retiring was bittersweet because I was very, very concerned with how the program at the Sheriff's Office was going to continue. And I could not have asked for a better group of women to stand up and take the reins. Carrie Hansen, Priscilla Silva, and Nikki. I know they're going to do everything right and keep this program not only moving forward, but growing it even farther than I could imagine. And anything I can ever do to help, you guys know I'm there. As the cat was already let out of the bag, the other thing that I did not anticipate in any way, shape, or form was meeting my husband. A man who has a heart of gold and will do anything for anyone at any point in time, and has stepped up and been the most amazing father to our son Connor that I could have ever wished for. Our son has been participating in Special Olympics since he was born. I don't think that he knows anything other than participating. Since we moved to Idaho, he has started playing on a unified floor hockey team, and it is giving him a growth and opportunity that I could never have imagined. He is growing into an extremely fine young man who understands what it means to help the people around you. They couldn't have picked a better person to announce me tonight, because Wendy Shipley and Sarah have been in my life since I started 20 years ago. They are constantly my inspirations. I want to take a moment, and I want everyone to recognize the Special Olympics athletes' parents and family. Because the one thing that I have learned over the last 20 years is those are some of the most amazing individuals you will ever get to know. They have taught me so much about being a mother, a mentor, a friend. They are my true heroes, because they stand behind their children. They fight to have the things that should have already been given to them. Lori, I love you. But when it really comes down to it, we all do this for the athletes. They have truly become my inspirational heroes. They will forever be in my heart, and they will forever be my driving force to be just like Terry, and I will never disappear. I may not be here in California anymore, but I will never stop coming back to visit, and I will never stop helping no matter where I am. So thank you all very much for this honor, and I couldn't have done it without most of the people in this room. Thank you.